You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
I said education is the great equalizer. So the things that you're talking about can be fixed.
Ooh.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, so can you tell us about what you do in the communications department and what your charge is as manager?
Yeah, so my position is actually a new one. It's about 1.5 years old.
Hello and welcome to a new edition of Shelby County Schools Report. We're coming to you from the studios of Germantown High School Television. I'm Caitlin Poindexter.
And I'm Jemiah Chase. Each month, we highlight various people, programs, and events making a difference in our school system. Over the summer, SCS athletes spent their time on the court and on the green. We'll highlight 2 summer sports camps.
Parents will want to stay tuned for today's SES Focus. Executive producer Allison Long is joined by Jacqueline Suffel, Manager of Strategic Communications and Outreach. They will discuss education in the age of social media.
We'll also tell you about a new coding internship that is giving Shelby County freshmen a jump start on their careers. And later, students across SES are getting their hands dirty learning about healthy eating.
But before we get to all that, Shelby County principals and administrators spent part of their summer building on their own leadership skills at the annual SES Leadership Conglomeration.
I know you're excited about the leadership conglomeration. Am I right? Yeah! We're here to learn, grow, and change. Say it with me. Learn. Grow. Change. That's the hard part.
This is our annual leadership conglomeration where school leaders, principals, PLC coaches, instructional facilitators, district staff, as well as teacher leaders come together around the theme that we have this year: learn, change, and grow.
We want to ensure that everyone's included and everyone is helping to lead in the plan.
The focus in doing the conglomeration is just to build capacity within our teams and to make sure that we're aligning initiatives and supports and efforts amongst our difference.
That helped reshape how I come.
We are engaging the community and we are trying to plan for a better next school year.
It's meant to be empowering, to be able to make sure that the challenges that are all consuming in our jobs every day, that we can move fluidly and get some tools and some skills and expand our thinking conceptually around the work that we're all inundated with.
And we have so many phenomenal presenters here this year.
What your students need and what's your output?
We've gotten them all across the globe and some of our local homegrown talent here in Shelby County Schools.
How are we going to ameliorate the effects of trauma in that child's life so that they can be ready to learn?
Well, we have had a vast, wide range of leaders and community presenters that come in and give us encouragement.
They can expect to learn everything from data-driven instruction, things on culture and climate. We have sessions on customer service work. We have everything from instructional leadership focuses, our IoT work.
Provision means money, impact, influence. Your ability to do things.
For a veteran principal, I think it's beneficial in that it's just helping share or communicate the vision of our district under Superintendent Ray. For a novice, younger principal, there's a lot of refresher courses around some of the basics of leadership, some of the operational demands of being in administration. So I think the conglomeration covers everybody's needs, whether you're veteran or novice.
This is year 2 for leadership conglomeration.
I think they got it right this year. I like the way the structure has been. The keynotes, we have 2 per day. So you're getting the thread of conversation as a clear through line in terms of the day's message that they want to capture for us.
They are our students. They're receiving that instruction, right?
So we're expanding this to the Delta, to Arkansas. We're expanding our audience. So we are inviting everyone in the Mid-South to attend.
I think it was rewarding, very fulfilling. It helped me to be reflective. It's always good to be able to step away from the work, but being around colleagues who share in the same task and the same calling, and being able to kind of talk through different things that you've both been able to experience within the year.
This week of learning has been engaging and fun, but I think it's very necessary so that we can prioritize our goals for next year.
To be able to see principals from all over the district, elementary, middle, and high, share successes, discuss struggles, and then provide each other with action steps or possible solutions. It just kind of reminds me of why we do this work and why we chose to work inside of this district.
It's hard to remind them this year they are leading with heart.
Algorithm, bug, command. These are just some of the terms SES freshmen learned during an 8-week summer coding internship. This is the first year for the program, which will follow these young computer whizzes through their senior year.
Coding is the new word for programming. Basically, we're using programming languages to write code for different aspects. Usually something underlined or a word that's highlighted where when the mouse goes from an arrow to a finger.
We are now in an age in which students have a lot of technologies, they're technical savvy.
If you can encourage a group of students to say, hey, we got an internship program in the summertime, we're going to bring you into a classroom and bring an instructor in and teach you coding. You get paid for learning how to code. I wish someone would have did that for me.
They're paid $9 an hour. They work 30 hours a week. And it was important to me for them to be paid because this is a job. I need for them to see it as a job and not just school.
It kind of motivates us to go up and earn money during the summer, also by learning valuable skills such as coding.
Take advantage of the tags, we got to take out the other ones out.
This was our first year for the internship. We have 18 students, 17 ninth graders, and 1 10th grader.
We were all chosen and picked by Miss Carter. I think she saw something in us. We had to submit our report cards. We had to do resumes. All of us have a common goal to want to learn. So if you have that common goal and you want to learn, you're gonna push.
Some of them already had some type of coding because they went through other programs outside of this one.
I've always been interested in coding.
I never knew that coding, you could do different things with it.
Come on, let's do it. I got this. Do it.
That's a good run.
We built the robot using a guide, and then we coded it for different challenges, obstacle courses that we had to complete in the class. So last week we did Legos. I really like Legos because I never built a robot before.
When we were using the robots, there was coding for those particular robots we were using. They were EV3s from Lego Education, so that coding environment is for that.
And now we're making codes for our website. I like it personally because it's an interest to me. It might not be an interest to a lot of people because they say, oh, it's boring, you're just learning how to code. It's a lot of pieces and programs to it. But a lot of people don't realize you can actually do a lot of things.
Getting them to start coding now actually gets rid of all those errors that they would get in college. So they'll be actually better prepared when they go to college.
The instructor is very knowledgeable.
Now, if you want to change your priority, you can. I'm just going to leave mine as is.
He doesn't talk about coding all the time. He makes it more fun. He makes it more personal.
I'm bringing that culture into these classes. Okay, yeah, it's some work, but there's also some fun parts to it. What's the problem? What item did we what was the one item that we have created? What you say now? Right, that's it. The info.
He makes it easy for us, and he makes it more comfortable to be around.
And that's the way I treat the classroom. No, I just wanted it on this one file because it's just you and me. We'll sit down at the computer and we'll sit down at this piece of hardware and we're going to figure it out together.
I'd say this class is pretty beneficial.
Even if you do not go into computer science or something like that, it's becoming a new day and age where you find coding everywhere.
So the internship program is important, period, for students, for companies, for the community. It gives them skills, it gives them on-the-job training, and also gives them a first-hand look of what it's like to be employed.
While the students you just saw spent their summer inside learning a new skill, these next students spent their time outside learning a new sport. Every summer, SES hosts nearly a dozen camps across 6 different sports. It's a chance for newcomers to learn the fundamentals and pick up some new skills for the fall.
This is an amazing program, and it only used to be basketball. And so as we kind of merged with the athletic office and student support, we decided that why not give this to all children throughout the summer, and we began to expand it. So when we expanded, it went to golf, like we're here right now. It has volleyball, it has cheer components. It's just been an amazing time, and it's totally free.
We're just geared around our students with SES. 1 is safe, 2, they're learning a sport that they never learned, and 3, it will become a passion. If you start in elementary school, by the time you get in high school, it would definitely be a passion with golf.
It was better than I expected it to be. I was a little skeptical at first because you're challenging against yourself, really. So it was a nice experience altogether.
Okay, good one. That's a good one.
The biggest thing to do this game, you must have patience.
Yes, yes it has. You really have to have a lot of patience. And that's the good thing about our coaches. All of them have played the game of golf, and they know how patient you have to be. And most importantly, our students, for wanting to be out here in the summer heat and learning the golf and having that patience to know that, hey, it's like any other sport. You just have to take your time and have the drive for it.
I'd never done it before. I knew absolutely nothing about golf. I just wanted to see if I had maybe a calling for it, if I was good at it, and if I could use it as a long-term career.
Ooh, good job, good job.
I just like to try out new things. Like sometimes you're just curious about how this works.
Well, why not golf? You know what I'm saying? When you talk about being able to achieve scholarships, you know, in college or whatever, golf is one of the avenues that you can take.
It's a great lifelong sport. This is one that you can carry on not only from middle school, high school, and on into adulthood.
Right now, I think we're at 58 students. 58 students for this summer for the Summer Golf Week program.
So I think the numbers are growing. The opportunity to be a part of this is growing. And I think, as you can see, there are kids who are interested in playing golf.
And all of our students from SES come out and they learn how to hit, learn how to putt, learn how to swing, and just learn the fundamental basics of golf.
I like this. I'm going to be coming here more often during the summer.
We're not quite done yet. We have some more basketball. We've introduced volleyball this year, which is brand new, and I can't wait to see everybody there.
Shelby Metro has been going on for decades, but this is the first year for volleyball. We're really excited to bring it, and we've had a great turnout so far, and so we're really excited to see where it goes from here.
This camp in its first year has brought out about 250 girls, which I think over-exceeded the expectations for the first one.
This is the first time that, you know, the girls have had something in addition. You know, of course, girls and boys play basketball. You know, we've added a cheer camp 2 years ago, and that was something that got a lot more girls involved.
I like the camp. I think it's a great opportunity for girls in Memphis to be introduced to volleyball, since not a lot of girls play, and it's not a really popular sport around the city. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to, you know, stay active and, you know, get into something new. And I think they'll really love it.
We have a lot of talent here, you know, and it just takes them getting that talent developed and having coaches who are working with them. And this camp is a great way to introduce those skills to some of the kids who didn't have it otherwise, who can't afford the camps that are pretty pricey and expensive, so they get to come for free and get a little bit of an introduction.
It's beneficial to me because it helps me, you know, get better on like my servings, my hits, my sets, everything.
I really love playing volleyball. I've been playing for 7 years. So I think it's great to help younger girls and also get to learn new things myself and get to meet new coaches and new players around the city.
I think that the future of this camp is going to be great as it continues to grow and modifies and adjusts as the participation continues to grow.
This is a great turnout, and so it gives us something to build on. So now we have an idea what to expect. We see what our age groups are, you know, some of the things that they can work on. So now we can build more skills into the camp to teach them some things that they haven't seen before.
You'll see more kids apt to want to play volleyball and participate, they will take it back to their individual school, and then the recognition of volleyball will grow amongst the district and the kids in the city.
GHS-TV started in 1982, and it was just a couple of cameras, a couple of on-air personality, and it's really grown into what you see today. It's a multi-million-dollar studio with top-of-the-line technology.
Being able to operate, all of the machinery in the control room, being able to use all of our software and hardware that we have around the studio is a great skill because this is top-of-the-line equipment.
I feel like this class has brightened my horizon. It's something that I never thought I would be doing, especially as a student.
GHS-TV is probably one of the most hands-on experiences a student will ever get in their lifetime.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. Nothing really has just the vibe that we have here.
Especially after you finished, you get a real rush of, wow, I just did that.
By the time a student graduates from Germantown High School, they will know pretty much every position there is, from producing to directing to on-air work.
You learn time management, you learn organization, you learn how to work with people, how to better communicate with people.
We put a lot on them, and they have to be able to have the responsibility and the knowledge to get everything that we ask them.
I had very little experience, so in the past 3 years, the skills that I've learned have absolutely exponentially grown.
The class has actually helped me figure out that I want to go to college for journalism.
When a student graduates, they are the best possible version of themselves that they can be.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Now here is GHS-TV executive producer Allison Long with this month's SES Focus.
In the age of social media, it's imperative that a school system as large as Shelby County Schools has a presence on multiple social media platforms. This keeps parents engaged and informed about what's going on in their child's education. Here to talk more about the evolution of education and social media is Jacqueline Suffel. She is the Manager of Strategic Communications and Outreach for Shelby County Schools. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, so can you tell us about what you do in the communications department and what your charge is as manager?
Yeah, so my position is actually a new one. It's about 1.5 years old, and so I'm charged with maintaining and utilizing all of our social media platforms to keep not just our parents and our students and our teachers engaged, but also to really inform the community of what we're doing. I am in charge of a lot of our marketing efforts, specifically around video storytelling. And I do a lot of outreach with nonprofits in the community and a lot of advocacy work to really change perspective about the district as a whole.
Okay, and do you find that your job is mostly at a Shelby County Schools level generally, or do you work individually with different schools as well?
So it's really multifaceted. We have to market everything that's happening in all of our departments. So for example, HR has a ton of different events that we have to help people understand what's going on and what they can access. Our FACE department, our family engagement department, we have to work with them a lot. But then we also work with our schools and our school-based teams to really lift up and shine a light on all of the successes that are happening in our schools. And so that's actually the part I like the most. I like to get inside of schools and work with teachers and work with our pros, which is our public relations organizers inside of our schools, and most importantly, our students, to lift up their voice and to really shine a light on everything they're good at.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned pros and your pro program. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what that means, what happens?
Yes. So I have basically conceptualized and work with our pro program, which you've been a part of and been able to be at some trainings that we've done. The public relations organizer inside of a school is a person on the faculty, so it could be a teacher, it could be a media specialist, it could be a counselor, that manages the social media platforms for the school. They do a lot of the marketing materials like flyers and banners, things like that. They build a team of other folks inside of the school to maintain the social media platforms and the website. And they're really looking for those, what I call their gems, the gems inside of the school. We ask them to find those gems and shine them up so that people can see the great things that are going on inside of a school. So, for example, for you all, it's this TV station, right? This is a wonderful gem inside of Germantown High. And it's a great thing to help folks know more about all the things that we offer.
Now, Shelby County Schools has a lot of schools, as you mentioned, who have gems inside them, and 901 is like that too. And you talked about visual storytelling, and if you follow any of the social media for Shelby County Schools, you can see that there are these 901 stories. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so this program that we have launched is definitely my baby. I love it. I'm very excited about it. So to celebrate our city's bicentennial, and to really celebrate the 901 and what makes us great, so that includes all of our schools that aren't in Memphis too, like Germantown, we have identified 5 key characteristics that we really think tie us back to Memphis and Shelby County. And that's heart, innovation, pride, soul, and determination. And so we've been finding these stories inside of schools and really highlighting the determination and the heart and the innovation, pride that are happening there. And so we've produced some long form videos that we've shared on social. And our hope is that it will help folks really attach themselves to us and get attached to what the folks that are inside of our schools, and then hopefully advocate for us when they're out in their community.
Concerning parents and students and the community, how has the growing influence of social media affected what you do?
So I always tell people, despite what you might hear, social media is a good thing. It is not the dangerous, scary place that people are making it out to be. Social media is a lot like driving a car, right? Everybody needs to do it. It is important to get you from A to B, but you have to have a license, you have to be trained, you have to know how to use it wisely or you could get hurt. And so we train our students and our teachers on how to use social media effectively. And in this day and age, you really can't function without it. When parents are Googling something to find out what's going on inside of a school, they hit a website and they hit a Facebook page. And so we're really encouraging our schools to learn how to utilize those tools effectively to their benefit. And the same thing with students. We really want them to utilize social media platforms to market themselves for future colleges and jobs and learn it as a skill set. I have a whole job based around it. It is definitely a skill set you have to know when you're entering into the workforce of tomorrow.
What do you find are your biggest challenges beyond maybe the misunderstanding of how useful social media can be?
So we definitely do have that misconception. Facebook is still blocked inside of a lot of our buildings because people see it as dangerous, so we're trying to really change that perception. But the challenges that we face a lot of times are, negative comments, people making a lot of assumptions about our students and our faculty, people not always really being their best selves on our channels. But for the vast majority of the time, people really are very positive. They're sharing our stories, they're liking our stories, and they're really connecting with them, I think. But yeah, definitely the challenges that we face, media, a lot of media relations, and people just having a misunderstanding around who and what we are.
What are some of your goals for this next school year?
So my major goals are, we want to really strengthen this pro program and make sure that every school has an empowered pro that's inside of it. Particularly with high schools, we'd like those pros to start working with students, like the students that are here, to really tell those stories effectively and innovatively. And then in the 901 campaign, we're going to continue to tell those stories, to highlight all of the wonderful things that are happening inside of the school system. And our hope is that we're going to build a team of advocates. And so we're looking to get 10,000 signatures on our SES's 901 pledge. So I encourage everyone to go check out those stories and sign the pledge at SESs901.org. And hopefully we'll get 10,000 folks and we'll be able to marshal them towards some advicacy efforts that we have.
Great. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Oh, well, we love what you're doing, so thanks.
A national organization is connecting Shelby County students to real food through learning gardens. As SCS reporter Kadia Tugasima found out, the impact of the program is being felt far beyond the schoolyard.
Just make sure you leave enough so it keeps growing back, all right?
Recently, local students gathered at Willow Oaks Elementary for a unique lesson.
We did a little maintenance, we had a little weeding, and then also we did some scavenger hunts with some of the younger kids to get them to be like a scientist, be observant, go around the garden and kind of notice things that they maybe hadn't noticed before.
I learned some new things here that I didn't learn in the past. It was a really fun experience.
The scavenger hunt was organized by Big Green, an organization that gives students here in Shelby County and across the country the opportunity to plant a garden at their school and learn about healthy eating.
So I think the kids really learn how to grow their own food is number one, And then also we talk about how to prepare it, how to eat it, and kind of lessons that they can bring back home about how to grow food. And eventually, hopefully, some of it will stick and they'll be healthier for it.
Big Green coming out, gardening with the students will inspire the school to do more gardening. It's more hands-on for the students.
That hands-on aspect of Big Green means students are learning how to plant different vegetables and fruits and harvesting their own food from their school garden.
I learned how to harvest carrots, and I tried a mint leaf for the first time.
And it kind of gives them a way to plant the seed, watch it grow, and then come out and harvest when it's ready, and then they can go inside and try a new vegetable. Sometimes, it depends on the school, but sometimes students will take the produce home or they'll do a quick test.
It's not just elementary and middle school kids learning about gardening. Big Green works with high schools like Southwind.
Well, gardening helps the students understand and know where food comes from.
I didn't realize it was that easy. I mean, I see it in the grocery store, but knowing I could do it in my own backyard definitely makes me want to do it myself, save some money.
Yes, I like getting my hands dirty, touching the soil, and I felt some seeds underneath the thing, so.
Digging, planting, gardening. Over 50,000 local students have gotten their hands dirty working in the garden. It's a big impact being felt from beyond the garden.
My house, around the house, there's a garden with flowers, and I wanted to have fruits and vegetables, and we don't have to buy it from the store.
I think seeing a garden every single day and getting to go outside and see the garden and harvest their own vegetables really does teach the students they can be healthier by eating different vegetables.
I love Big Green. I love the support that they provide to the schools. Anything that we need as far as material, they provide it for us and everything, so it helps a whole lot.
We hope you enjoyed this month's Shelby County Schools Report. If you would like to learn more about Shelby County Schools, visit us on the web at SESK12.org.
On behalf of everyone here at Germantown High School Television and Shelby County Schools, thank you for watching today's program. We'll see you next time on Shelby County Schools Report.